Yeah, well, speaking of things we've already said, so I was wrong about the timeline of Castlevania. Um, Even though I was also right. Fuck.
Right, because of the whole
So Trevor,
100-year thing.
yeah, when I said it was 100 years between Trevor and Simon, I was wrong, but I was also right.
Because
So it is supposed to be 100 years for 6 generations of Belmonts, but that makes no sense. So Konami has like another timeline where it's actually supposed to be 200 years, but yet if you look at that game of that release, if you go back to our video on Castlevania 3 in the very first episode and you read the description, it does say it's 100 years before Simon. But that's not true because in other timelines and other games, they make it where it's like 200 years. So
there's just a big gap.
So Konami doesn't understand their own game. Surprisingly, you would think Konami would take the care into their own property and understand that.
You would think that, but you'd also remember that they don't care. They know what makes them money, and they're like, well, all right. I mean, it's almost like Konami and Sega are almost like very similar in the fact where two of their fucking green ninja skeletons, they both make their own they both let other people make their own popular IPs. Like there was that other company that made Sonic Mania, and then there's that other group of people that made the what was it called, Bloodstain?
That was Igarashi who made the original Symphony of the Night.
Yeah.
He made Bloodstain.
But it's not by Konami. So.
No. In fact, Bloodstain is actually in canon to Castlevania because it actually follows the timeline of Castlevania, and Alucard is literally in the game.
But
Konami will just never say it's canon because they don't own that game.
Exactly. And no one wants to work for Konami. So they don't want to say that, oh yeah, this is totally Konami's game. But anyways, like I said, other fucking video game series companies just let other people make their own games for them. And they're like, oh, this was good enough, so this is good. Yeah, you guys just do it for us. Which is why I think it's interesting that the whole remastering of old games has become get away from me. Stop coming near me! You didn't even fire once. But the whole remastering of old video games has become way more popular because video game companies and video game publishers have just kind of come to the conclusion that this is way easier and saves us so much money.
At insta-death.
That's really bullshit, but that's just an insta-kill.
You know, I think we were also talking about how cool it would be if this turned out to be Grant's ship that we were in Castlevania 3.
Yeah, you said that earlier. Then would have been interesting if it was Grant in that picture instead of some random dude.
Yeah, but they don't think these games out like that.
No, they don't. They don't care about. They don't really care about referencing the other games like that.
Although, once we eventually get into Symphony of the Night, that's all going to change.
Exactly.
Because that was actually created by someone, Igarashi, who actually cares about the franchise a lot.
Mm-hmm. And you also got... are you going to use the code to play as Richter in Symphony of the Night?
We could do a playthrough of that. We're not going to do that right away because it takes away all the story.
Yeah. I just know that there is the code where you can play as Richter.
There's also one where you play as Maria.
Well, why would you ever play as any of the other characters? Play as Maria.
Because Maria's on hard mode. She's fucking insane to play as in that game because you just die so quickly.
Is she actually hard to play as in that game?
I mean, for me, I don't know how everyone else feels, but playing as her is fucking ridiculous.
I guess it makes more sense in that one then, because she is again just a child.
No, she's.
Oh wait, yeah,
she's an adult in that game. Well,
you said she grew up.
Yeah, because that game takes place 5 years after this one.
Right. And you said she was 12?
No, she's 17.
Okay, so she is 12 in this series.
Yes,
Even though she looks like she's 8 years old.
Yeah.
You got to thank the Japanese for making everybody look like 2 times younger than they actually are. Sometimes 5 times younger. Of course, when it comes to the dudes, it makes them look 5 times older than they actually are.
Yeah, no one wants to fuck dudes.
I was referencing the fact that all anime dudes are like fucking buff ass assholes.
Oh yeah.
That go to high school or middle school.
My name is Jotaro Kujo, and I'm in middle school. I'm just your average, ordinary high schooler.
There's no, like, especially for middle school, there's no fucking middle schooler that looks like that, first of all. High school, there's some...
They don't look like that, though.
No, but there's some fit-looking high schoolers, but they're not going to look that toned down. Like, literally the characters in that show have, like, 0 body fat percentage. They're toned down to literally every single muscle fiber. It's ridiculous.
No. Oh no.
Don't you want to play as Maria? She kicks the Grim Reaper's ass.
I was just about to. I was gonna make a joke.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Anyway, hey Jacob, look at this. Isn't this
adorable? You playing?
Doesn't this totally fit Castlevania?
Let's take away all the seriousness and all the scary spookiness that is Castlevania and toss in a cute little girl that throws adorable little animals everywhere. Like house cats, canaries, turtles, fucking dragons.
You know, your average, ordinary animals.
Yeah, your average, ordinary house pets. Because, you know, everybody can get a pet dragon. God, if you could get a pet dragon, that'd be cool. Although I'm sure that the caretaking for it would be incredibly hard.
Now we're using the powers of birds against them. How do you like it?
Haha! Fuck you, skeleton. Fuck you, Dracula. Now birds are on our side. No! How did I never think about... Oh, a cheeseburger.
Yeah, you know, cheeseburgers back in this time period.
I love how, like, Richter and, like, all the other Belmonts, whenever they open shit like this, just, like, you either get, like, old, nasty, like, ham on a bone, or, like, a bigger version of that, or chicken on a bone, while this adorable little girl gets fucking alcoholic sundaes, which we made that joke in our last playthrough. Gets fucking sundaes, cheeseburgers, tomato soup. She gets like so many different meals. It is like it is crazy as hell. It's like I want a fucking cheeseburger.
Ah, what?
You also get a really awesome double jump as Maria, which can help you pass through like a lot. And that slide. That slide is incredibly useful in one part of the game.
I just imagine, like, Maria's just this innocent girl. It's like, what a bunch of pussies!
You bunch of bitches! You think you can fight me? I have nature on my side, assholes! I have Mother Nature and all her creatures on my side!
Oh no! Not
shit!
animals! I was wondering what was taking so long.
I have no idea. That was weird.
Hey, I didn't even get to shoot you.
That sounds like your problem, bitch!
I was only told to shoot in one direction. That's not fair. Boy, I'm going to give you this gun, but you can only shoot in a straight horizontal direction. But why? Because... Count Dracula, that's not really enough information there. It's like, there's just... Do I question your
I just
your
touched
life?
him and he died.
I guess the bird just like barely came out.
Yes.
Is there a door there? Oh.